all, and welcome to a chat through of my 2024 December daily. I was using the Heidi Swap Chapters album, and then I handmade a bunch of notebooks to fit inside it. Most of this will probably be crepe paper and simple stories, but I have to tell you, this book is probably one of my most favorite ever books that I created for December daily. For this reason right here, because bows were really big in 2024, and so I covered my spine with different fabrics. So there's like some chenille, there's some ribbon, some velvet ribbon, some scalloped ribbon, and of course jingle bells. I add jingle bells to my December daily almost every year. And I absolutely love this spine. This is everything. This sitting on my shelf is so beautiful. I love it. So I have it wrapped because it doesn't sit closed very well. So I just wrapped a little bit of some yarn around it so that it stays closed. So the front cover here is, I believe, crepe paper. I love their chipboard. I'm so sad crepe paper doesn't make collections anymore. That is just so sad to me. I'm devastated. I pretty much use them almost exclusively. Them and Simple Stories are pretty much the only companies I used to buy from because they always had the stuff that I liked and it was always easy to use. So it'll be really sad. I'll have to figure out, I can still use Simple Stories, but hopefully some other designers will come out with some new collections. So the inside of this book, I started with a little shaker pocket here. It's just a mixture of a bunch of different sequins. And I made my own kind of traveler's notebook size books for the inside of this book instead of using the bigger, because the October daily, I used the actual notebooks that come with this. And they were a little big. So I ended up making my own notebooks, which are a little bit bigger than a traveler's size notebook, but smaller than the ones that come with this book. And the first one is almost all crepe paper, except the tag, which was from HomeSense. So this is just a gift tag that I found at HomeSense. And I just loved it, the little Santa, so much. So he's on the cover. And I will have to glue down the thaw because that's coming up. I did use extra glue, but I don't know. Things just don't seem to stick as well as they used to. So my December, I had this little calendar, which ended up not ever getting filled out, but I still thought it was cute. So it's just on the front page. December 1st is always about the advent calendars. So again, this is almost all crepe paper here and just some photos of the different calendars, advent calendars. So we did a cat one with toys. We did a Star Wars one for the boys, Laura Secord for my husband. And there's just a photo of my little kitty. And then just some journaling in that pocket. And that's just a little 3x4 pocket that I made. For day 2, pulled out the Christmas mug. This is the Oh Snap one. I have a gingerbread blanket as well. This was a very gingerbread themed year for me. Again, a tag from HomeSense, the little gingerbread man. And Simple Stories had a really cute collection with a bunch of gingerbread on it, so added those as well. For day 3, my son's boyfriend, Jax, is a culinary chef. And he created this chocolate Christmas tree and brought it to us for a treat. It was absolutely, I don't know if you can tell from the photo. It was so beautiful. Even the bell on top was chocolate with gold dust on it. And it was delicious too. But there was like dried fruits and it was gorgeous. I can't imagine how long that took to make, but that was the yummy treat we got on December 3rd. For December 4th, I love doing, it only really works in traveler's notebook styles because you need to be able to pop up the image, but I love doing pop-ups. So for this year, I did a pop-up Christmas tree. So you can see it just kind of pops up and looks like a Christmas tree. So this was the day we went and got our tree at the lot. We actually just go to a local store to buy it. We don't go to a tree farm or anything. But yeah, the kitty's helping us put it up. So we just went and bought our tree and then put it up to let it fluff out. And then December 5th, we're still in boxes. Usually my house is decorated by December 1st. But this year, for some reason, we were just way behind with everything. So I just wanted to document that since I really didn't have anything else to document that day. Everything was still in boxes, and that's okay. And then there's some journaling behind here with some tags. This was another gift tag. I just really liked it, so I added that in there. And then I joined a Lord DIY is her name on YouTube. She's a Canadian, and I have followed her for years. She used to do all exclusively like arts and crafts, but she's a lot different now that she's grown up. But I still follow her, and she did a Christmas book club, and that was the book we read, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. So I documented that. I believe these two are all Paige Evans' Christmas collection. And you can see some trim fell off. I think it was supposed to be over here. So I will need to glue that back on. I find that adhesives just aren't the same anymore. Everything seems to fall apart really easily. So I'm going to have to figure out what to use. So where we live by the water. They always have Christmas carols, ships come by. So everybody's singing Christmas carols, and they're all lit up with lights. So that's December 7th. That's what we did. This is mainly simple stories on this page. And then for the next one, I did kind of a flip out. So this is us documenting making some gingerbread houses, which we do every year. Gingerbread villages this year. We try and do something different every year. So this one was a bunch of little ones. And yeah, so it was like a gingerbread village. And I just did multiple photos on a 4x6 to fit in there. And then the next day, I tried my hand at making some candy cane bows using candy canes. So you basically melt them just a tiny little bit in the oven, and then you manipulate them into bows, and they turned out so cute. So I was using that for presents for people. They were going to get the candy cane bows on top of like a cupcake. And so for this page, it's all washi tapes. And again, I just added a bunch of bows. So twine, some yarn, some chenille, just a bunch of stuff, some just embroidery thread. But yeah, bows were really big in 2024. So there's a lot of bows. This little Santa here is actually a hair clip. I went to HomeSense and I found these hair clips that were so cute. They're like really sparkly. And I just loved it so much. Here, I'll bring it up so you can see it. It's so sparkly. I just added them to the top of a couple of pages in my book. So this page is simple stories and us decorating our Christmas tree with the boys. December 11th, I was just trying to get some pictures of our kitties. So 3PO, Princess Leia, and Anakin. And I just took apart, I had this for a long time, this garland that had these like coppery stars on there. So you can see it's kind of shiny. And I just took it apart and decorated the whole page with that. And then just documenting some of the Christmas shopping that I did. So this is just, I created like a little shopping bag. So this is just some pattern paper. I believe this is crepe paper. And then I made like a little shopping bag, made it look like a little shopping bag with some handles. And then inside are just some little tucked little things with some photos. I'm going to see if I can pull one out for you. Of where we went shopping and what I bought for Christmas. So that's just a little shopping page. And this one here is about the music. I was trying to do something a little bit different because, you know, every year I try and do something a little bit different for documenting things that I document every year. And I saw somebody make this pop-up kind of record player. So that's what this is. So it's a record player. So you can see there, I made it look like a little record player. And then in here, in these little pockets are just my playlists. And then every year, during COVID, they stopped making the Coca-Cola Santa cans. And I used to collect them every year, and it was really sad. So I was super excited. This is the last page for this book. So I found a box of Coca-Cola cans. I cut apart the box. These little ornaments were on the box. and the little Santa was on the box as well. And so I cut them out and made a page about my Coca-Cola cans, the Santa cans. To me, it always reminds me of Christmas. I don't know why, but I've always enjoyed getting the Santa Coca-Cola cans. So that's the end of book 1. Book 2, again, this is all, it looks like mostly crepe paper for the cover and just some tinsel I found at HomeSense. Added a little, this was a gift from somebody in some Happy Mail. And the first page is, so again, these are just the hair clips that I was talking about. So I added a couple onto this book as well. A little gingerbread man, a little snowflake. And we went to, this is Gingerbread Lane in Vancouver. They do like gingerbread houses, and they had an old-fashioned Santa. And the photos that they were printing out were like kind of old schools, which I thought was really cool. So had to document that. Most of these trims are probably from Michael's. And then we also did some time. So this was, we went to the Christmas market. So we have a German Christmas, it used to be called the German Christmas market. Now it's just called the Christmas market. And we do it every year because there's lots of like good food, and there's lots of like photo ops and stuff like that. And it's just a nice time to hang out with the boys. And then this is the Gingerbread Lane here. So this is, they basically make a bunch of different gingerbread, so you can see they're really intricate, like amazing pieces of art. So that's always fun to do that every year. Okay, and we are on to December 18th. And this was, the journaling is hidden. It was just not a very good day. So I put not very merry mood, and there's a story behind there. And I thought this was kind of an appropriate picture. It's our neighbor, but the little Lulu, is that her name? And then the Grinch, and like the Grinch is like sideways. She's deflated completely. It kind of fit my not so very merry mood. So, and then this trim is just some sparkly trim I added to the side. And of course, I think most people add Starbucks into their layouts. It's the only time I drink Starbucks. I don't like their coffee, but I really do like their hot chocolate. So this was the cup this year, and I just put some little tags there, and kind of, this is a grande peppermint hot chocolate, and the date. And this is a little bit of the wrapper. And then for December 20th, where I work, we went out for dinner. So this is just a photo of us all eating at the restaurant and having dinner together. And then this is December 21st, and I was really on a deer kick as well this year. I bought this really cute little deer. It's supposed to be like an outdoor lawn ornament, but I ended up putting it inside the house. And then I also found these at the thrift store, some vintage little deers. So those made it onto our shelves. So, and this again is just another tag from HomeSense. I love adding the HomeSense tags. They're always so cute. So that's where that one's from. This is just a picture of my boy C-3PO by the Christmas tree, and I just ruffled up some green paper and made a little tree with a bow on top. So again, the little this little clip was from the same hair collection. This one's a little gingerbread house. I mean, how cute are those? Those are so stinking cute. So again, I just clipped that onto the, and it doesn't want to open now. I just clipped that onto the tops of the book instead of using them as hair clips. This page here was about the hair clip. So you can see this is the packaging, all the different like Santa and stuff, and just some words. And then this was every December 24th, we go and look at Christmas lights. So this was us just driving around looking at lights. So we always get a hot chocolate from Starbucks and drive around and look at all the lights. And this was December 24th. So this was the Christmas tree with all of the presents underneath for everybody. we usually try and have everybody over for Christmas. But usually Reese's girlfriend goes to her family, so she's not there, but everybody else was, and just us opening presents. We always have to open one present on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, oh, actually, this is still Christmas Eve. We always do our cookies for Santa for Christmas Eve. So this is just kind of photos of us cooking all of the cookies, and then just a little bit of journaling. And I just added a little vellum pocket to put all of that in. It says, Dear Santa. And then December 25th, me with my Christmas pajamas on, and just everybody opening presents. And we went to Jack's. As I said, he's a culinary chef, and he made us the most amazing turkey dinner. It was cooked over 48 hours, this turkey dinner. And then he made trifle for dessert because he knows it's my favorite. And everything was just amazingly delicious. So it was nice. Again, see, nothing sticks. The L from Lovely is missing. I'll have to see if I can find that. And then this is just kind of a mismatch of everything that happened that day, and just some letters to Santa, and just kind of photos that I didn't get put in the book. I always kind of try and add a pocket at the end of my book, and anything that I didn't get to put in the books, I just add. So you can see there's like, this is kind of like by the numbers. So Hallmark's Christmas movies watched, 35. That's way too much. I won't be doing that this year. And some of them have numbers like that, and just little notes about December. So 2 new ornaments that we got for the tree, just stuff like that. And it's all just in this cute little pocket at the very end. So I always do a little pocket at the end. It's my final page, and I put a mishmash of stuff in there. And that's it. That is my December daily for 2024. You can see super chunky. Again, it won't close properly. I always end up making my books super duper chunky. But I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much. If you have any questions, leave them below. Bye.